whatever, but they have like this convention center or whatever it was, sports arena or whatever it was, that the marketplace was taking place that day. And I walked by, and so he was, signing autographs and doing different things that he was doing. And so, and I looked and I was like, oh, yeah, he a fine motherfucker. But I just kept on walking, like, whatever, whatever. And so I think the next day, because at Essence, they have events in the daytime that's free that you can go to, like the convention center and hang out and all kind of different food and vendors and all this different stuff. And then at nighttime is when the concerts and stuff crack. Well, um, y'all, the next day I went to the convention center and I'm walking around or whatever, and it was a guy that was in his camp had approached me. And so he was like, "Excuse me." He was like, "No need to be alarmed," because I was by myself. Y'all know a lot of times I be by myself sometimes. So he walked up on me and he was like, "Well, excuse me, my name is such and such, and I have somebody that really wants to meet you." And whoop whoop whoop. So I was like, okay, I was like, okay. I was a little bit reluctant, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I was like, you know, at this time, y'all, I was very green. I was very new to how things work, with celebrities and such. I was really new to it. I was new booty at that time. And so, what year was this? 2005? 4? I think this is 2005. Somewhere, maybe 2006. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Anyway, y'all, and so this man, he was like, well, if you don't mind, you know, if I can get your number or whatever. And I was like, looking at him like, what? And so I was like, I don't even know you like that. You know what I mean? And he was like, well, I really have this gentleman that really would like to meet you. Of course, y'all can't tell y'all his name. But I thought he was bullshitting. So I was like, and I still didn't know who that player was because, on the football squad, on the football team, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers on there. So, and I like NFL, don't misunderstand me, but I don't know NFL. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. He was like, oh yeah, whoop whoop whoop, number dot do do do, and I was like, okay. I still didn't even know, so I was like, okay, whatever. And so I was like, well, I said, well, if he's interested into getting to know me, then how come he didn't come approach me? How come he sent you? And he was like, well, whatever he was talking about, whatever. So y'all, I was like, kind of brushed him off or whatever, and I didn't give him my number or nothing. I said, well, if he wants my number, then he has to come get it from me. Y'all, I'm walking around a little Reliant Convention Center, or whatever it was. It was next to the stadium where Houston plays. And so, and as a matter of fact, y'all, New Edition was there. Yeah, New Edition was there. Yeah, and that was the very first time that I had met Michael Bivins. I met Michael Bivins, and so anyway, but so I'm still walking around the Reliant. Actually, I don't know if the convention center next door. I don't know if that's also called the Reliant. I don't know. I really don't remember the name of these places and stuff. But anyway, so I'm walking around, and then I'm seeing this guy like walking towards me. He had on these shades and shit, and he had on, I never forget what he had on because he was, oh my god, he had on these jean shorts that was, how men like to wear they big men shorts and whatever, and he had on this t-shirt, and I mean, you just see these guns and shit, right? And so he was walking towards me, and I'm like, that is the dude from yesterday. And I mean, he had this beautiful grin on his face, and I was like, I'm looking back and shit like, who, what? You know what I'm saying? And as he was getting closer to me, my heart, y'all, was sinking to my feet, y'all. I'm serious. My heart was sinking to my feet. And y'all, and as a matter of fact, I was sitting up here and anyway, I'm not going to put nobody else involved in it. I'm walking and here this man come walking towards me. And so he stops, and so he says, My name is so and so and so and so. What's your name? I think he said, "What's your name, pretty lady?" or something like that. He said, "Y'all, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, I got instant wet. My goddamn hands and shit was wet. Oh my god, cause I'm looking at this motherfucking man like, for real, y'all. I had to swallow hard, y'all. I'm serious." And so he was like, "Well, I like to be able to, take you out or whatever, 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 and I like to be able to meet you and yada yada yada." And we had to. He was like, "Well, he had asked his friend. He said, 'Man, take a picture of us.'" And his friend had took a little picture, little camera phone picture or whatever, took a picture of us or whatever. And so, and I was like, and he was like, "I know you don't want to talk to my man." And I was like, "Well, I didn't know your man." You know what I'm saying? Anyway, to make a long story short, y'all, he ended up taking me to the airport. He came to my hotel, picked me up, and took me to, because I had never been to Houston before. And what was crazy was when I came into Houston, I flew in on at one Houston airport, and then I went out on a different Houston airport, and it was crazy because, and I didn't have no rental car, y'all. I was just doing regular, cause see, my hotel had shuttle service from the airport, but when I was leaving, I was going out of a different Houston airport. There's two airports in Houston, y'all. I didn't know that, but there's two different airports in Houston. There's one that I came in on, and I was leaving out in another one, and so I knew that I was going to probably have to call the shuttle, airport shuttle, to come and pick me up because I don't know Houston. And then too, I was so used to everything in New Orleans. When Essence Music Festival is in New Orleans, it's like shit. Everybody is usually shuttled around because everybody is coming in from different places. So I know New Orleans, but I don't know Houston. So, and I didn't know anybody that lived there. And I'm there by myself. I didn't have no entourage, no nothing. It was just me. And he was happened to be a man that I had met, and y'all, and we didn't sleep together or nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But y'all know I don't really do strange flesh, but y'all, I mean, we just had a good time. A good ass time. And I mean, and he was like, "Where you from?" And I mean, we sat and we talked, and he had bought me some chicken wings and shit, and we set up and we talked and stuff, and people was walking by because I didn't know who he was, but apparently other people knew who he was. So, as we eating and stuff, and people walking by and dudes walking by, "Hey man, what's up?" Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, man, and so he had got up and he had, stood like adjacent to me. He was talking to these people. And so his friend, whoever his assistant or whoever this guy was that was with him, he had came back with me this huge strawberry lemonade, whereas it's like at the top you see the lemonade portion, at the bottom is like red. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so he had brought me this huge lemonade, and he had brought one for me and for him. And so, and I was like, wow. I mean, they was catering to my motherfucking ass. And here I'm not even knowing them. I'm not knowing them. I'm not knowing nobody here. It's like I'm a fish out of water. I don't know Houston. I was lost, y'all. I was lost. And needless to say, we had a very good time. And I ended up meeting New Edition. I ended up, and I had floor level seats, and we was all in the back of the goddamn, because we actually the show was at the Reliance, so he took me all a tour of the whole place. I mean, y'all, I had a ball, y'all, and ever since then, I just felt like, this dude, man, I don't want to deal with all of the chicks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with all of that. And so I just put him off for years. And every time, I'm telling you, when I go to Essence Music Festival, some way, shape, or form, I'll run into him, or I'll run into somebody from his camp, and then I just felt like he's just too sexy for me. He's too sexy for me. He got way too much shit going on. And I was intimidated. I'm just being perfectly honest with you. I'm just intimidated. And so when I got this text message this morning, y'all, This motherfucker sent me a text this morning, had me tripping like a motherfucker. It says, hold on. Where the fuck is it now? He sent me a text message this morning, and he says, I want you, miss you. And I'm like, wait a minute, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? With a Louisiana number. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and so for him to just call me, y'all, anyway. I don't know how I get my ass in this bullshit. I don't know how I get myself into such things. I don't know. I don't know what kind of transition my life is going through now. I don't know if I don't know where God is leading me. I don't know, but I have to say that, you know, I'm having a good time all the while. I have to say that I am abundantly blessed. I'm blessed with the people that are in my life. I'm blessed with the people that choose to stay and stick around. I'm blessed by the new friends that I'm meeting. Y'all, I just can't complain right now. I was coming on to this video, but he done just fucked my head all the way up. But I was coming into this video to talk about something else, and here now I'm totally diverted. And I guess I needed to, because the response that I got to a video, I was going to really, straighten out some things. But I'm not even in that mode now. I'm not even in that mode. I'm just kind of thrown off. I'm like, throw the fuck off. Like, for real? You know what? And I'm far from a fool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a jump off. I'm not no one night stand chick. I ain't none of that. And, and he knows that too. Because I've told him, oh my God, what was this? Was this last year I saw him at Essence? Last year or the year before last? First of all, I'm not moved by status. I'm not moved by status, because you play for the NFL. I mean, I've met motherfuckers that play for the NBA. So it's not, that's still here nor there. I'm not hooked on status. I'm not hooked on what type of car you drive. I'm not hooked on what you do for a living, because still it's just a job. That's just what they do. You understand? So I'm not hooked on any of those things. And it seems that a lot of men will come at me, and the first thing they want to tell me is I drive such and such, or I own blah blah blah, or I got this and that and this going, or that and this and this and this and this going. And it's like, man, can I just meet regular motherfuckers sometime that just got regular shit? Because see, when men meet me, they want to always come out and say, I got all this. And sometimes all this ain't what they really got. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it be that way. But anyway, y'all, I'm rambling now. My heart is full, and I really liked him. And that's why I was saying a lot of times that women need to refrain from giving the man the pussy. Don't give him the pussy. Leave that motherfucking shit in suspense. You understand what I'm saying? Leave that fucking shit in suspense, because this man, I've never slept with him. Ever. And it seems like, I don't know if I'm just the one that got away or what, because I didn't even have this man's number in my phone, y'all. I didn't have this man's number in my phone. And for him to hit me off, I want you, I miss you, whatever, motherfucker, you ain't got no jump off here. Now, if that's what you're trying to line up when I get my ass down into New Orleans, I'm going to do you the same way I did your ass the last time. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Where you stay? Up, down the street. And I done it moving. I treated him nice. I think we had a drink or two. We walked down Bourbon Street or whatever. But as far as me really trying to get up with him like that, no, because I already know that your ass travel all over the motherfucking world. I already know that this bitch is checking your ass at every city and all that other shit. You ain't finna get me the fuck caught up. Fuck that. Okay? Been there and done that. And I'm not putting that shirt back on. I don't want to. So I will treat him nicely because he's a real cool cat or whatever, but I'm not starstruck. Not gonna do it. Not been there, done that already. I was that in my early 30s where I was like, oh my God. Oh shit, he's showing me some attention. Oh my God. I ain't heard no more, y'all. Because that's just what they do for a living. And I'm going to tell you right now, them motherfuckers got insecurity issues that you will not believe. I'm telling you right now. You think women got some insecurity issues, bruhs in industries, I mean, the professional athletes and stuff like that. It's a beast, y'all. I could do a whole different video on them motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now. And they're real cool individuals. I mean, they street cats. I mean, they just happen to have money now. But a lot of them weren't born with silver spoons in their mouth. So, and as a matter of fact, baby right here, y'all, when he was taking me to the airport and he was singing this song, Wipe Me Down, Wipe Me Down. And I'm like, what the fuck are you singing? Because in California, we didn't know nothing about no wipe me down type of shit. And then he was talking about ratchet and all kind. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Y'all, it's just coming back to me, y'all. It's just coming back to me. But he was saying some shit about a ratchet. And I was like, what the fuck is a ratchet? Y'all, and he was a fucking gentleman. A fucking gentleman came to my room, picked me up, came in the room, didn't try to lay me down or nothing. Came in there, got my luggage. We went out there to his car. I don't know how far we had to go, but we had to go a distance to get to this other Houston airport, y'all. 2-lane roads and shit. And I'm like, oh my, and I didn't know this motherfucker from nobody. He could have done anything to me, y'all. But I was like, you know what? What I was saying in my mind was, he has more to lose than me. You know, because this is, you know what I'm saying, somebody in this area. And I know goddamn well he ain't finna fuck his shit up fucking with me. So I guess that was my rhyme and reason to get in this car with this man. And I did. And we've been cool ever since. But y'all, that's where the fuck I got that wipe me down shit from. Because I didn't know what the fuck. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Because y'all, he was blasting it in the truck. Wipe me down. Wipe me down. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But I was grooving with it in the show. I was like, oh, okay, shit. I was getting down with it like a motherfucker. And he was like, head, shoulders, this, that, hand, this, that. He was doing a dance. It was a dance to the shit. And I'm like, what in the fuck is this? I didn't know what and then we had went to some gas station. I think it was called Fina. And then we went to another place called Coco, CCOO, something like that. We got some gas. Anyway, y'all, and this motherfucker was in there, head, shoulders, this, that, hand, shoulders, this, that, and I didn't even know nothing about this record because they never played that in California. Because you know, like different areas have different songs and shit that they play. Never heard this shit before. And this man was sitting in there fucking this song up, wipe me down, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Should I start feeling it after that? Y'all, I'm serious. When I got back home, I went on LimeWire and uploaded that shit. Because I never heard that shit before in my life, y'all. I had never heard it before. And I was like, wipe me down, whatever this is. But he was fucking it up. That's where I got that goddamn song from. Y'all, it's starting to come back to me. And that fucking ratchet. It was some shit about a ratchet. And I was like, what the fuck is a ratchet? And so, anyway. But y'all, let me go on and get up off of this one because I think I'm just going to call him back and see what's... Wait a minute. Yeah. I'm going to call him back, see what's up with him. You know, shoot the gift a little bit. Just, you know, just try to see what's going on with him and see what's up on this Essence thing or whatever. I really wouldn't mind seeing him again, but I really don't, you know, I don't need nobody else in my rotation. And especially... you know, a man that wants to throw his weight around and, you know, throw his little Benjamins around and shit like that. I'm too old for that shit now. Now, in my early 30s, I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all. I was a fast motherfucker. You know, and I was much smaller and shit. And, you know, and I was, you know, doing campaigns for Apple Bottom. You know, different things that I was doing at the time. And so, I was like, you know, now... I'm so beyond that. Come at me as a motherfucking man. Let's talk on some whole other shit. What's really going on? You know what I mean? What's really up? Fuck all that other shit. What's really going on? So anyway, but nonetheless, I'm still, I still need to keep my eyes on the prize on the other friends that I have in my life. And we don't have room for a whole bunch of motherfuckers. I really don't, because, that shit'll get your ass caught the fuck up. So anyway, on that note, family, I guess I didn't want nothing. I was wanting to go in on some other shit, but it just didn't turn out right. I ended up taking this phone call that now got me so twisted. Y'all ain't even knowing how I'm jumping on the inside. Y'all ain't even knowing. Y'all ain't knowing. But I'm sure my girls kind of got an idea like, bitch, you better hurry up and get off this motherfucking video and call this motherfucker, see what's good with this nigga. Yeah. So anyway, let me go, y'all. I got me a tea. And I'm going to get up out of this one. Let me put my little Bluetooth on. Yeah. All right, family. Deuces. I love you, y'all. I'm thrown off now. That done threw me off. Wipe me down. Or wipe me down. However, hand, shoulders, knees, this and that. Hands, this and that. Whatever it was, but he was fucking it up. And yeah. All right, family. I'm out. Love you. Deuces. Bye.